So just be calm and be patient and let them see their errors too.
So, welcome to another episode of the Youth Code, where
Sometimes I think I'm a love bomber in terms of my
Uh,
son. Plenty hugs,
yeah.
plenty hugs.
all right. So, welcome to another episode of the Youth Code, where we, in conversations with our millennials and Gen Z, we try to decode the young people's perspective on life and various issues that they would encounter. This evening, we are looking at parenting in transition as we are in conversation with millennials and Gen Zs who are parents. And we want to see what that experience has been like, what has the journey been for them, and what are some of their perspective on parenting in itself. And this evening, I have two individuals with me, um, Miss Nikisha Peso, and we have Kerry Moses. So let me bring them in one time to join us as we get straight into our discussion this evening. And as we're talking about parenting in today's world, there is so much questions concerning our young people, and some of the questions do spiral downwards towards the role of parents and the involvement of parents. Now, I did a quick research on some of the social issues that we're seeing spiraling right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So we have stuff like fights and conflicts taking place, and in many instances, because we have social media now very, very prominent, these fights and these conflicts are being recorded and they're being posted and they're going viral in many instances. We have social media addiction by sociologists and psychologists talking about our young people and our children and the addiction that they're actually finding themselves um, how shall I put it, hooked on, literally being hooked on social media. All right. So there was one of the um I'm trying to see it here, right? One of the outcomes of the heavy use of social media is where they made reference to cyberbullying, and they said that one in every three child is actually experiencing cyberbullying. We also have screen usage and exposure to babies and children. One of these sites that I was on, mykidsvision.org, it says that um, screen time is thought to affect the visual, mental, and physical development of babies and toddlers. It says that no screen time is recommended for children up to the age of 2. They say preferably less than 1 hour for those that are like 2 years old, and they say 1 hour for those that are between the age of 3 and 4. And the American Academy of Pediatrics actually indicated that the addiction that some children are finding themselves to with respect to screen time and even social media to some extent, they're talking about some of the effects being developmental delays. They're talking about cognitive impairment. They're making reference to attention deficit. All right. And these are some of the, I should say, the outcomes, the effects that we are seeing when it comes to our children and the exposure to screen time and to social media. Now, does this mean that parents are not doing what they're doing? Does this mean that parents' lifestyle has changed and therefore these things will become part of the challenges that they would face? In our discussion, we will see what are some of the things that we are able to probably unravel as we get into our discussion with Ms. Payson and Mr. Moses this evening. Yeah. So Nikisha, you have one boy child. What's the age? What's his age?
So what? Recently turned 4.
4 years, right? And Kerry, you
Yeah.
have a daughter.
One daughter. So
Yeah.
nine. She's nine.
She's 9 years
So
old.
nine
All
in
right.
March, yeah.
9 in March. Oh, March gone here, right?
Yeah,
Till
yeah.
9. Okay. All right. So before we get into the whole parenting discussion, let me ask you all this: Is there anything that before you became parents that you actually wanted to do or accomplish before you became a parent?
So for me,
Hmm.
I knew I wanted to be, in terms of career wise, my plan was, I am a teacher. So my plan was always to be a teacher. So I knew I wanted to be in the public service teaching
Hmm.
before I made my son, and I also knew I wanted to be married before making my son or child. Right?
Okay,
So
okay.
those were the two things, and well, they both
You
happened before making him.
all right? Okay. All
So
right. What about you, Kerry?
Well, my mom wanted me to be in accounts, so I did accounts in school. So I did see myself, being an accountant, but it didn't
All
really
right.
go that way. It didn't go that way. I ended up getting a passion for, you know, exploring the country and, just acknowledging how the country elevates, the infrastructure and these kind of things. So most of my jobs have been on the road. Um, I also wanted to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a little, some good money in the bank, a little flat house, 3 bedroom,
Yeah.
um, nice yard in the front, nice yard in the back. I ain't gonna do
Space to
that.
run and play.
as
Yeah,
nice that one too.
yeah. So I didn't get married, so
So
missed
like
that as
that's
well.
one of the things I wasn't able to check off before having her.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, all right. Now let me ask you all this. In terms of your upbringing,
Mhm.
would you say that you were appreciative of the way that you were brought up?
So for me, um, I can see both the things that I appreciate and both the things I could change. So I basically grew up in a single parent extended family household. Yeah, let's
Okay,
unpack
all
that.
right, all
Yeah.
right.
So
Unload
mama
that on us.
alone, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
grandma, great aunt, cousin. So it was an extended family household,
Mm-hmm.
single parent,
Okay.
mostly women.
Okay.
So for me, I mean, the whole strength of the woman, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I have a sibling, a male, a brother, right? So I saw the left and right.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, all those women, one male, um, I saw the positives and the negatives, and I saw all the things that I appreciated and all the things that I wanted to change. So for me, I at least I knew for myself. The plan was hopefully I was once going forward was to be married, to be male and female,
Right.
raising the child. I mean, I know things don't always go how we hope for them to go, but I
Yeah.
really wanted that to happen, and I just grateful that
Mm-hmm.
it went that way,
Okay.
right?
So in terms of that being your experience,
Mm-hmm.
do you see it as something that would have definitely impacted you positively? Would you say they would have impacted you positively, or there? I mean, I'm not ignoring the fact that there may have been negative connotations to it or effects to it,
So
but
there, so yeah, so I guess regardless of what was there, I took the positives because
okay,
for me, I knew that okay, yeah, mommy's a strong woman. I want to be a strong woman too, but I also would like to have that male role within the family. So I knew out of my situation that's what I wanted. So I guess you could say I took the positive, so I channeled it into a positive light,
okay, okay. What about
right?
you? What about you, Carrie?
Yeah, well, my upbringing, it shaped me into the person I am today. I was raised by my both parents. Um, is there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
I was raised by my both parents, but they were never married. They were never
Okay.
married. So, when my father met my mom, she had 2 children already, and they decided to live together, and they had me. Then I had another brother. So my
Okay.
father have 2 sons, and he stayed, and he showed us what is to be a man, and you know to be disciplined and these kind of things. He was the one who always used to talk and
Mm-hmm.
chat us and be like, hey, the last time I tell you that. But our mom, when you
Mm-hmm.
do something, she activating one time. She ain't waiting. She not playing no small. She when
Right.
you have it. So I saw that. I saw that, and it kind of give me a kind of form of balance in dealing with my daughter. because sometimes you
Okay.
have to be firm, and sometimes you have to, just be calm and be patient and let them see their errors too. So as well as when
Yeah.
you have to be disciplined and whatever, but sometimes you just have to leave them and let them see where they're going wrong. Because my father always
Good.
used to chuck me, always, always, always.
Mhm.
But he used to
As
hard.
you well as you said that, Kerry, I want to piggyback on that comment that you made, right? So is
Mhm.
it that you in terms of the way that you approach parenting your daughter, um, is it that you're doing it differently to the way that you were brought up, or are you actually mirroring or patterning the way that you would have been brought up, and you're using that as maybe as a template for bring
Yeah,
up?
yeah, yeah. I using it as a template because my child was great. It was balanced, it had the times when you had to be serious, when you had to
Mhm.
pick up your book. Right? Had the
Right,
times when you could free up when when the weekend come or a long weekend is beach.
right,
Packing a big weekend, I'll be going for a long drive. But
right. Okay.
honestly, I just kind of breaks it because I drive an whole day, so I go in the park and say, we go for a walk. It's a while park
Okay.
around the corner and I go, let's touch you jump on the bike and you go in the
Hmm.
park. But I see how important it is to be present.
Okay.
I see how important it is to be present.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. So I had solved to all the single parents. You all are the real MVPs out there because I don't know what I would have done. At
Okay.
least in the beginning for me, and I had help. It was really difficult. It was taxing
Right.
emotionally, mentally. So
Yeah.
I do not know how you all do it, right? So in regards to my husband and myself, so
Yeah.
it's not is we have family around in addition to that to help and assist us. So it's
Okay.
like a little mini village. So with regards to my
Important.
son, I do not work close to home. I do not work close to home. I work pretty far,
Yeah.
right? So it's a problem for me. So usually on the mornings, I get up and I leave home before they are up,
Hmm.
right? So my husband will be the one to get him ready for school, right? He is
Okay.
also the one that combs hair as well. So yes,
Ah, that
he
was
combs hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. All
yeah,
right.
right.
yeah.
So a lot of what people would consider to be the traditional role of the mother or the woman,
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
husband does,
Right.
right?
Single
He ain't touching
husband.
the kitchen. He ain't touching the cooking. He stand by that. He not doing that. But
Right.
a lot of what is traditionally the woman's role,
Yeah.
my husband does,
Okay. Okay.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
So you have that
it's
nice, you have
different.
that support. Yeah. You have that support that,
Yeah.
yeah, to step in. Yeah. Wow. So
That's great.
I want to read. I want to read. So I have three statements here. So I want to get you all to see if you all. I'm going to read three statements. I'll read them one by one. So just let me know if you agree with the statements. The three of them I'm going to read. So
Mhm.
you're not saying you disagree. Then let me know if you agree with it. If you don't agree, let's say withhold.
Nothing.
Right?
Okay.
Nothing. Right. All right. So the first one is this. Children need disciplinary actions from their parents.
Agree.
I agree. You didn't
Right.
specify, but I agree. So
Okay.
yes,
Mm.
Yeah.
actions
Yeah.
have consequences.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Right.
All right. Next one. Children need love to be displayed from their parents.
Fully
Agreed.
agree. Mm.
All right. Third one. Children need parents to be their friends. So you have no comments on this one. All right, cool.
Well, we have comments, but
Yeah, yeah, comments,
Comment.
right. But we go into the comments now. We go into the comments now. No.
Yeah.
The reason why, in terms of looking at those 3 pointers that I highlighted, right? And I'll start with the third one, and we'll move backwards. I remembered, I remembered hearing I don't know if it was, probably like one of those videos, and the man they was talking about, how parents, need to befriend their children and stuff. Now, and oh, right. So the guy, what he was dealing with, he was saying that there are these different stages in a child's development, and he broke it down to let me see. He said there was a rule where you have to be an instructor. Then he said there's a rule where you have to be a coach, and then there's another one that kind of lent to the idea of being a friend. And what he was highlighting is the fact that if parents mix up the times in their child's development and be the wrong thing to them at the wrong point in time, that there are it's going to be adverse consequences. So in terms of being a child's friend, what are your take on that idea of being your child's friend?
So for me, right? So that term friend, right?
Mhm.
For me, I tell people all the time. For me, when I say friend, right, that's somebody. If you're doing the wrong thing, they pull you up. Um, if you're nonsense, you're nonsense,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a friend is to me. I call it as
Right.
I see it, right? So
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
for a lot of people that's not what a friendship is. So in the
Mhm.
general sense of friendship, just somebody to say, well, yeah, I'll be a supporter, you're in the nonsense and they support the nonsense.
Right.
For me, it can never be that, right? In terms of a child, I feel like if the focus is to befriend them, that
Mhm.
means you're gonna allow a lot of things that you should not allow because you are there to solely please them in that point in time, to make sure that they like you.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
you as a parent, sometimes the right thing is not the likable thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
True.
while I understand when you're talking about friendship, or at least for me, I would like to think they mean you want that kind of comfort that your child able to come and talk to you and have the hard discussions with you. Things that
Yeah.
back in the day you might be a little taboo. You want them
Mhm.
to come and ask you first. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
think hopefully when they say be a friend, they want that level of comfort where they can come and ask you the hard questions. But for me, I think that you need to be mindful because you don't want it to reach the stage where you so you're so caught up on getting the comfort, or you're
Mhm.
trying to be liked, that you throw everything else out the window.
Okay. What do you
Yeah,
carry?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It was exactly what she's saying there. You had to create that avenue where the child could be comfortable to come and talk to you about anything, but they had to understand that they had to understand what friendship is,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
the good about friendship, because if have a
Be
lot of people
good.
will be your friend and they will not lead you, they will lead you
Mhm.
astray. They will see you going left and they will leave you to go left because they
Yeah.
don't want to fall out or whatever. You're trying to understand if they're doing something offensive or they're doing something wrong. You have to understand they will have consequences, and that it will be no smiles
Right.
because of what. So yes, they could be friend. Yes, you could be friends with your child, but it's the extent.
Yeah.
It's
You feel like there's a context in which that will take place.
yeah. It's not no
Yeah.
grown up friendship kind of thing. It's a
Yeah.
different friend. A
Right.
different kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you all are. I feel like that is a point that maybe people might have overlooked, because in terms of actually understanding what real true healthy friendship is, I think is what a lot of people may sometimes miss, and
Yeah.
just simply think that it's just being good with your child. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you want, as you all rightfully said, you want that openness, you want them to be able to come and voice and to share and have that, some of those hard conversations sometimes. But then you don't want that idea where they are just allowed to do whatever it is they want to do, because people do have that as an idea of friendship as well. So I think
Yep.
those points that you all made are very valid. But on the heels of that, right? Um one of the question I just threw out at you as well, in terms of the displaying of love from their parents. Do you think that in any way, that in the absence of that display, that manifestation of love to a child, because again, even in terms of understanding what that might look like, because some child might think, well, You don't allow me to do whatever it is I want, and so that mean you don't love me because why? Again, some people think that that is what love is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
in terms of displaying love to your child, how do you see one the importance of that, and are there ways that you think that that could be done to make sure that the child understands that what I'm doing here is because I love you? Kerry.
Yeah, that's very important. With me, because I see a lot of young women who's searching for like love, this thing called love from a guy, or the attention from a guy because their father wasn't around. And so now when when you talk to them, is a father figure they're looking for, and them getting them seeking that through their partner.
Right.
So as fathers, you have to show your children how it is to be genuinely loved, genuinely cared for. You know, for them to know the worth. You
Yeah.
have to show them how to value themselves. Keep the standard. It's very
And
important. It's very important.
do you think that is necessary for both boys and girls?
Both boys and girls, both,
Yeah.
both,
Yeah.
both. Because when you
Yeah.
sometimes you see something on news, a guy do something to his wife or whatever. But when you go back and you hear the history of what that man went through,
Yeah.
chaos, no love, no parenting. He was raised by an uncle who had him in a room,
Yeah.
them kind of things. So it's
Yeah.
very important to show them love, to show them, right from wrong and these kind of things, and to keep them balanced as a person. So sometimes even if you're that single parent, you had to be able to bring that soft side and that hard side, that
Yeah.
male and female aspect because I just think like a woman sometimes and I don't think like a woman because like I remember they did ask for something in military and I was telling them I said, so if I say who will clean her shoes? Who
Mm.
will clean her shoes every day? Them little things does go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, does go a long way.
Yeah. What about you, Nikki?
So I'm an explainer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like my son is 4, right? I could explicitly remember something not too long ago he would have did that did he got buffet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he came inside and crawled on the bed and he was like he told his dad, he's like, mommy doesn't love me anymore,
Oh.
right? So daddy was like, no, that's not the case. Mommy loves you. She still loves you, but so and so is the case. This is wrong, so and so, this is why. And then I would have probably had the same conversation with him after. So, in that sense, I am an explainer. So if I tell a child or whoever something is wrong or you get a buff, you get a blowout for it, I will explain why,
Please.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think that why will show them, well, obviously why, and then
Mm.
with that bit of knowledge, they have more appreciation for what you do or what you did in that
Right.
sense. So for me,
Okay.
I feel like that helps with the whole love thing, and I sometimes I think I'm a love bomber in terms of my son.
Yeah.
Plenty hugs. I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, I love you, my mommy. Yeah, so
Yeah.
plenty hugs. Because growing up,
Yeah.
my mom was not a hugger. She wasn't a
Right.
hugger.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was not. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I always remember this lady that my daughter's on the kindergarten principal. She used to refer to the children as little humans. She say all my little
Yeah.
humans that are here, and that
Mhm.
stayed with me because she made it very obvious that they are not. It's not as if they're little. They are
Mhm.
human beings. They have emotions. They're thinking through stuff. They're having experiences at a little age. They're
Mhm.
retaining information and stuff. And that gradually helped me to appreciate the fact that, hey, yeah, boy, I don't, because my daughter
Yeah.
and when they got older, I realized and it was only afterwards. probably spending a certain money on fruits and little snacks, and they feel it. And then when they get like they're telling us, we never like that snack, we used to throw it away or we used to give them money.
Yeah.
Oh, so
You have
all
to
this
talk
money
to
we
them.
spending all that time. You understand? All the day,
Mm.
what they doing us. But
I
again,
just ask her
is
what snack she needs, what she wants. I just
yeah.
need that snack. Yeah.
And I mean it may sound simple, but really and truly, it's just for us to realize that they are human beings and they have their thought processes, they have their emotions
Yeah.
that they're going through. And we have to be conscious of that as parents because you want them to develop into healthy human beings. All right, guys, I have a couple more things. I know our time is running, but a couple more questions I want to
Mm.
ask you before we um one of the things that from our conversation so far, it definitely seems that some of the things that you will be doing has been different to what older generations would be accustomed to, right? Have you all ever felt judged by like older people? Might be your parents or there's other adults, that are the older generation, in the way that you're dealing with your children, and how do you treat with that? If it has happened, tell me how you dealt with it.
So
Mm.
it definitely
Mm-hmm.
great. But to say how it's dealt with, I mean, they don't. So when the judging happening, they don't
Mm-hmm.
ever come directly to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it will
Mm.
happen around,
Ah, okay,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily come through me or to me directly, because I
Mm-hmm.
think people also have their opinions as well, about the rules and how me and my husband operate. They also have
Okay.
their own opinions about that, because remember I said our the things we do, the things
Mm-hmm.
he does not
Right.
fit, the traditional or old
The
whatever people
traditional, right? Yes,
expect,
yes.
right? So
So they
people also have,
already toggling with those
yeah, they have
role
opinions about
reversals,
that
right?
too, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't. Nobody comes directly to me,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Mhm.
just I just keep it pushing and keep moving and keep doing what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Right,
Mm.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think if I don't know when I reach that bridge, probably have to cross it. But
Mm-hmm. So if it exists, it's a non-issue for you because you're
yeah,
doing what you need to do. Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
correct.
What about you, Gary?
Well, with me, I am my old man, because I live with my old man. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
he used to see the homework chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
And it had one a Sunday boy. I was at it and like I wanted her to get you with something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing the wrong thing. Right, that time I was being a little aggressive and thing, and my father had to pull him up. He had to pull him up
Mm-hmm.
right there. He was like, when you was younger, you used to get trouble to read. You could not read, and you think your mother used to get on so. Your mother used to be
Mm-hmm.
persistent and she would think, come, I lost my mom when she was 49, right? So my mom died a while
Okay.
now. So he
Okay.
was
Okay.
like, you think your mother used to get on so and thing? And your sister used to want to read with you and take your time. You have to be patient with the child. The child is not a child that could take that aggression. Yeah, yeah, you have to be patient
Right.
with her. And he did, but I kind of allowed him up to her because I get her upset. And
Right.
then at that time she was doing some stupidness and he didn't want me to discipline her. And I was like, no, somebody else told him sometimes I felt like telling you mustn't get in when the boy discipline the child, you mustn't get into it. So
Mm.
while I discipline her, while telling her something, he
Right.
used to make a comment while I doing it.
Mm.
So we used to
Oh, okay.
clash.
Okay.
We used
Okay.
to clash. But then he realized that he could not say do that in front of us. So like after he finally was moving left, he will talk to him
Mhm.
about it. And
Okay.
honestly, I will take him in. I will take him in. Sometimes I will not
Right.
agree with him on the spot, but when I take it in and I analyze it,
Yeah.
he will have a point and I will make my adjustments and whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, what is one thing that you would like your child to remember about how you raise them? Because it definitely seems that there is an intentional way that you all are engaging with the children, which is wonderful. Um, but if there's one thing you want them to remember, what do you think that would be for you?
Hmm. One thing.
I know you might have a whole set, but see if you can just
Uh,
find that one thing in there that you might want your child to remember about.
well, one thing for me, which is important for me, is that I was
Mhm.
here, present. I was present. Everything, any
Okay.
situation, you're feeling sick, you
Hmm.
accomplish something, you want to learn to ride bicycle, you're going and do something that you see some oh gosh, some experiment you're going and do.
Yeah.
I was here, I was visible. You were always valued. You were
Yeah.
always valued. Your
Yeah,
opinion always mattered.
we listened.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I was always, my ears was
Listened.
always here. I was always here. I take a vow. I give up a lot of things. You know that too. Sweating,
Yeah.
basketball. I give up a lot of things just
Hmm.
to be here.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, a lot of men don't understand that. And
True.
I still get punk face. It would be
Hmm.
like, you can't come around thing. I'll be like, boy, I thought I can't give me like that. So kind of vibe.
Hmm.
Because I have to be there. You have
Yeah.
to be there. So I
Yeah.
just want you
Yeah.
to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about you,
Mm.
Nikki?
Well, so we listened. So
Mhm.
yeah, we listened.
We
And when I say
listen.
that, I mean your contributions were always valid. We listened. So you
Yeah.
were never brushed off or shoved to the side,
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
we listened.
Wow. That's
Mm.
nice. That's nice. And guys, I think I want to end on that. I think those were two very very beautiful and valid points. Um, I one of the things I am so appreciative of is definitely that intentional way that you all have chosen to engage with your children. And I know there are others like yourselves out there, but I'm thank you all so much for coming to share, for being a part of it. And one of the things I tell people, we don't have we don't have a manual that says from age zero to this you do this, from that
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
So you're learning on the go. You're learning on the go, and
Let's
the
go for
amazing thing
that.
about it is that the amazing thing about it is that because every person's child is going to be different, it means that you have to develop a system of engagement, a system of listening,